feel like I'm getting out of that, like trying to ease my way. I have posted some things. So I am getting some engagement from other people, which is cool again, because I do remember when I engage, people engage back. So
Isn't that crazy how it works?
so remember, I know what it's like. It's just, I just don't want to do it, right? It's just not my thing. But I do know that I was getting a lot of engagement with other people, other therapists, other coaches. In fact, I think it's two coaches that's been like engaging. So I'll update the things here and there.
When they engage, what do you do?
So I was getting complimented on like one of the things. So I'll say thank you, appreciate it, whatever the case may be. I think someone wrote, I have to check my DMs, y'all. I hate the internet. But I want to say this, one of the guys asked like why I don't know why I started coaching or something like that. But that was yesterday, and y'all know, I think it was a rest day. So nothing much. I almost feel like he's about to try and like sell me. I try to like.
Oh, they do that.
Yeah, I feel like that's what he's like aiming for, but
Yeah, when you see their profile and they're like, I help people, do this is, yeah, they're probably leading that way. That's okay. But you can take the reins with those people that are commenting and send them a private message, right? Your response can be public, a thank you, but a private message. Did anything resonate with you, right?
Okay.
What about it did you connect with? Do you have any questions about the post? Just to get them talking to you more, like you want to take the reins in that department, because that's the main point. It's like to have those back end conversations, not just to get engagement. You're not trying to become an influencer, right? What we're trying to do is get them to engage with you so that you can help them. The way you help them is by understanding their problem and offering to help them with that via getting on a sales call.
I just started doing the engaging part, like more, like when they comment back. Usually I comment back to something like, oh, thanks, but now I'm commenting, like asking a question from whatever I put. Like if I put like, have you journaled today or something like that, they're like, oh, this is a dope journal prompt. I'm like, oh, well, what does it mean to you? Or have you journaled? Do you want to start? I'm starting to see more authentic engagement now when I ask those type of questions, because the same people are starting to come around. So I've just been reaching out to them. One of them's already declining. The other one, if she responds today, I'm gonna reach out to her. She's new, so I don't know. She may just like the post, I don't know. But we'll see.
Let's get that going. I would love to eventually get to the point where we do a challenge and we set, metric goals that we want to achieve throughout the month of like how many times you're posting or engaging, right? Right now, this is a slow start. I want you guys just to focus more so on completing with your practice container clients, getting them to transition if they're ready to transition, and just getting comfortable showing up on whatever platform that you're using. I will ask you to show constraint on deciding on which one you're really going all in on, rather than trying a bunch of different ones. Have you decided, Tara, which platform is your platform?
Oh, Instagram for sure.
Okay. You have a large following of people on Instagram already?
Yeah, I have a large following on Instagram and TikTok. I'm just still learning TikTok. Instagram, I have like 9,000 followers, but they're the most consistent, so they're so used to my rhythm. And if I switch up, they're easier to like jump on board. TikTok, I'm not consistent on there because you just have to create brand new content. You can try to recycle, but it doesn't work. So I haven't wanted to put any energy towards creating something different for TikTok and Instagram. So right now it's just Instagram. Facebook I use it sometimes. I have a Beautiful Weirdos group and a page. So sometimes I just recycle my content from Instagram to Facebook because it's already connected. So it's kind of the same.
Yeah.
But Instagram for me, easy.
Great. Shandalyn, what's your platform of choice?
It will probably be Instagram. I really just post on TikTok so they don't delete my profile again or lock it out. But I did post. Go ahead.
Is that where you have the most people?
Instagram, yeah, because TikTok I just got on it.
Okay.
I stayed away for a while, but I guess I'll become a TikToker because everybody's on it, I guess.
Okay. Do you know what your numbers are of Instagram versus Facebook?
As far as followers?
Yeah.
I don't, but I can tell you.
Yeah.
So Facebook, 17,763, Instagram, 1,096. So a little bit more on Facebook. But Facebook, I don't necessarily get on there often either. That's usually like a alumni association type thing. Or I will post something on Instagram and have it automatically go. So whenever I engage on Instagram, it does on Facebook.
Yeah, can we do that so that it's set to automatically go to Facebook?
It is. It's set that way already.
Because this is the thing, sometimes we like platforms and we like them just because it's where we like to hang out, it's a new thing that we're into, but it might not be where you have the biggest following. And I say this for those that will be watching this later, not you too. I want you to go where people already know, like, and trust you, and where it's easy for you to show up. So if it's easy for you to do Instagram. But be mindful if you're doing Instagram because you like it, but you only have like 200 people and then you have 2,000 on Facebook. Maybe, you know, put your energy where it's going to count. Fortunately, those two link very well together. So go there. Also thinking about who do you want to help, right? If you have a very clear client, ideal client in your mind of what they're struggling with or who they are, where they are in their life, think about where they actually hang out. Where are they? Right? Shannon, if you want to work with other therapists, where the therapists hanging out? You know, where are those circles that you can be engaging with them naturally?
Oh girl, I don't want to hang with them. I don't want to mess with them, but it would be Facebook because it would be whatever groups I'm a part of, depending on what you can post in those. My alumni association, honestly, my school is trash. And I'm actually going to be quitting the alumni association, but there's really, we engage, but not enough where it's like, hey, y'all pass this on. Because even in as alumni, as like a member, I'm like, yo, pass this so we can get our events popping. So maybe not there. Yeah.
I'm sorry?
My people are finicky. I think everybody is kind of into their own thing. You know, everybody's trying to build their own stuff. So I don't know.
Just think about how can you take those people from the alumni association and keep the relationship, even if you're not in it anymore, right?
Oh,
So
I'm still gonna be there. Yeah, I'm still a big part of it. It's just that I don't think that they are gonna be the best group to put a lot of energy in, but
that's
I'll
fine.
post stuff. Yeah.
Have them follow you on Instagram or, you know, follow them, hopefully they follow you back, right? Like do whatever you need to do so that they can start seeing your stuff.
Yeah, so yeah, I can do that. So they can pass it to their people, but yeah, therapists are not the people that I'm aiming for.
And Tyra, because you do so well on your own platform, do you know other friends that have large platforms of people that might be beautiful weirdos for you to support?
For me to support as far as with the coaching. That's where most of my clients came from.
From other people's
Instagram.
platform?
Yeah, from my Instagram. I mean, yeah, from my Instagram platform.
No, not yours, other people's platform.
Oh. Maybe. I haven't looked into like going on other people's platforms. I mean, I think that's a possibility. I can, I have a few friends that have influence on Instagram. I can talk to them and see if I can just go live with them and just talk about what I do. They'll probably say, yeah, but I didn't think about that. Let me write that down.
Yeah.
I also just wrote on a post on TikTok once a week. I'm gonna start to do that.
Your face says you don't want to.
I don't. It's just because TikTok is, you have to create new things, but I can do it.
Do you want to?
No, but once I get started, but I do because it's I'm closing myself off if I just stick to Instagram. Because on TikTok I have way more followers and I don't interact with them. And when I do, it's very little and they interact back. So
Okay.
I just need to start interacting more.
Okay.
That's okay. I can do once a week. That's an easy progression for me.
Okay, once a week on TikTok, and then how often is your Instagram? Are you posting there?
I post, some days it's once a day, like yesterday was a busy day, so I only post once. I was only able to do, a journal prompt post, but I always incorporate in there, like sign up for self-discovery coaching or a journal session. So usually 1 to 4 times a day I will post. I'm learning that if I can post 3 times a day now, and it's okay. I used to post on Saturday and Sunday, now I don't. Saturday and Sunday, I don't post at all, and that works for me, because they'll still look at the very last post on Friday, it's still getting a lot of traction, like, during the weekend. It's this post I wanted to send to you guys, this sound. I used it and it got a lot of traction. I'm gonna send you, I don't know, I could put it in here. I'm gonna send you guys the post so you can get the sound and get the inspiration. So it's basically,
Just send it on Instagram, right? Like,
oh, well, yeah, let me do that.
that might be easier.
Making things so
Send
difficult.
it on the actual platform, yeah.
I'm sending it to you. It's basically like you post yourself with something that's incorporated with who you are, what you offer. So mine was like me trying to decide. I wrote, me trying to decide if I want to let go of the old version of myself or keep her around just in case somebody wants that smoke. Cause it fits my audience and it fits. So most people start commenting like, oh, I battle with that too. If I'm gonna show up as my new self or my old self. And that got a lot of traction. I didn't expect that. But I'll send it to you guys.
Yeah.
You can just save the sound, and then I just got the inspiration from the first video. I saw a lady, she was sitting down like yoga pose, and she was looking straight in the camera. I was like, well, I don't want to do that. So I just turned to the side, put my camera up, like an 8-second clip, and I just wrote it. But it worked. It got like, I think 3,000 views, 362 likes. So I was going to go back and like see who these people were, because some of those are probably bots. Some is probably like the fake accounts. So I'm gonna have to go through and see. But I wanted you guys to try it too if you want to.
Here's what I want you to focus on. How focus on the content that really gets people talking to you, right? Because I don't want you to get caught up on the, what they call vanity metrics of like how many likes it got and stuff like that. Like that's all wonderful, but I want you to remember your goal is to sign paying clients. So
Yeah, this is
might
the
be
one that got the most, this got a lot of traction. I had like 39 comments. I don't ever have that much
okay,
talk.
good.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I
Comments,
think that this one
shares.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll talk to everyone, like saying, what do they do to keep their old version in check, you know? And some people DM'd, some people just talking in the comments. But I'm gonna go back and reach out to some of those people probably sometime this week. I want to see how it did over the week.
Good, yeah.
Yeah.
Think about also when you guys are like having those conversations, sometimes they need a little bit more, a little more nurturing before they can make the big jump of getting on a call, right? So if there's another post that you have, another resource, a smaller thing that they can say yes to, feel free to hand it over. Like, oh yeah, I did this video training on this. Would you like me to send it to you? Would you like, you know, like it's okay to like just give them more value before you throw in like, oh yeah, I'm understanding you're struggling with this, that, and the third. Would you like to talk about it? I offer free consultation calls. Because sometimes that can feel like a little too big of a jump from where they are of just like liking or commenting to then actually getting on the call. So just feel it out and just be a normal human supporting them. One of the things that was also a big part of the marketing module is how I made my money as an introvert, right? Because I didn't want to be on social media all the time. Like that's not my thing. It's very time consuming, and I was filled with so much drama whenever I went to do it, right? Like I could do it sometimes, but then I was like drained. There I wasn't someone that could be consistent with it. So I needed a different way to reach my people. And that's why I found directories. And it's something that I know a lot of people aren't using or don't know how to use. So in one of the videos, I taught you guys that you can create profiles on these directories. Now, both of you have actual websites. So didn't have a website, right? Someone's watching this, they don't have a website. I highly recommend you just make a page on a directory because that takes maybe an hour and then you're done. You have something that you can send people a link to check you out there. You can add your testimonials, all of that on there, right? The biggest one that I use and continue to use is Newbie. Now, there are trade-offs, right? There's a fee to join to do their paid version. And then they take a cut of your clients, right? If you do sign clients from there, you do pay a percentage. But I like that it was super simple and easy to use. Now, is that something you ladies are considering, or are you guys like, not right now?
I'm sorry, what is it that you just mentioned, the platform?
Numi, the coaching directory?
Numi, okay. I don't even think I've heard of Numi. Right.
I wrote it down. I went and looked at, Numi and I looked at Bark. But I started the profile, but I had a very busy weekend, so I was like, I had to go, but I am gonna go back and take a look at it to see if it is something I would want to do. I wouldn't mind being on the directory. I mean, that'll help me reach more people outside of my platform.
Yeah, especially because you can just be on there and not pay for anything and just have your profile there.
Yeah.
Right, you don't have to do the paid program. I had a client who didn't like the idea of paying 30% back to that company. So they just really leaned on using LinkedIn. And I was like, that's fine. If that's working for you and you're getting the numbers that you want, do that, right? I just want you guys to know that that's available and to find the thing that works for you, right? Shannon, right now I'm hearing more so referrals is the thing that's working, or
So
offering therapy clients.
a lot of referrals for therapy clients is what's been coming in. I've had one person inquire about coaching and we set up a consultation. So I have consultations set up all this week to talk to people, but it's mostly therapy people that's coming in.
Okay.
Yeah. But I let it slip in all conversations about the coaching. I just ended my call with somebody and, actually everybody this morning. I was just like, hey, so I added this in. I even reached out to a client I had back in like 2021. She moved, so I couldn't help her anymore therapy wise. But I was like, hey, I added coaching. So, if you're still looking, if not, pass it along. I saw that she followed me on TikTok. So that's what like brought her up again. So I was like, hell, what? I mean, the worst she could say is no.
I want you to think like that and continue thinking like that. The worst I can say is no. And it was already a no before it became a yes.
Right.
You're like not losing anything.
Yeah, I'm very big on what's the worst that can happen. I told one of my instructors, I was like, yeah, you remember you said that. And he said, I never told you that. I was like, you did. So if he didn't, I tell my clients, like, what's the worst that can happen? And typically the worst thing is not the thing that's happening anyway. So we'll see. Maybe she'll respond, maybe she don't, but yeah.
So good. You guys just give me the idea that I want to record common mistakes made on consultation calls. So I'll probably, after we meet, record that for you guys. I'm like, yeah, you might want to be aware of these even before you go into it. So you can catch yourselves. I know it's something that me and you spoke about in one of the trainings that I did. It's like when they say no, you're like, okay, bye. Right? And we're not giving space to kind of overcome those objections. But what might be other things that you think might happen on those calls?